How's everybody doing tonight? So maybe you are live streaming horizontal and vertical at the same time because cool software like Ecamm Live, which is my favorite, Restream, a StreamYard, OBS is allowing you to do a live stream both horizontal and vertical at the same time, but you are not optimizing after the fact. They are not the same, and there's things you need to do to optimize them after you go live, after it publishes. And so tonight, we're going to talk about those things. So sit back, relax, and take notes. All right, so first up right off the bat. So if you're doing a vertical live stream, by the way, I like to make mistakes so you don't have to, okay? Everything that's different and what to do about it. So first up, 9 by 16 versus 16 by 9. So 9 by 16 is vertical, but that 16 by 9 is horizontal. So that is the least difference between the two. You know, flipping the aspect ratio is just step one. Everything else is what really matters, and let's talk about that, okay? So your vertical viewer is thumb scrolling. They're on their phone scrolling. Now, they may be on their TV. I'm really surprised how many people watch shorts on their TV, but it's true. People are watching shorts on their TV now, but they are vertical scrolling on their phone when they see your video as a live stream. It's, oh, it's live. Oh, let me watch and see if it's something that's interesting to me. So you need to give them a chance. You need to give them a chance. And so horizontal viewers choose what to watch, but vertical viewers have to be stopped mid-scroll in order to get them to watch your video. Next up, vertical streams surface in a completely different place on YouTube. So they're hanging out in the shorts feed, but they're live, and so they're different. So you've got to optimize for that. You got to make sure, hey, stop the scroll. Look, watch me, watch me. I'm going to do some cool stuff tonight. You need to see it. Next up, the bottom 30% of your frame is basically invisible. That UI, that title bar, the hearts, the gifts, it's all covered up. And then there's a chat that's coming up from the bottom, and so you're totally missing all that stuff because it's being covered up. So you've got to make sure you optimize that top 70% of your vertical live stream for the people that are watching live. Next, chat is an overlay and not a sidebar. It is covering your content. It's covering up that bottom 30%. It's covering up. Your safe zone is the mid 60% of the frame. So you've got to optimize what you make. When you go live, you got to make sure that you're taking that into account for people. Oh, Next, your description hook has to hit in one line. Mobile collapses rest. Yeah, you could write War and Peace in the description, you know, up to 5,000 characters, but they're only going to see that first line in your live stream chat. So you've got to optimize that so that they see it. And then give them 4 to 6 chapters. So this is after you go live, after YouTube has published your video officially, after the fact. These are optimizations you do. You know, you give 4 to 6 chapters. It doesn't make sense. Are they going to even see those chapters anyway? But you can now do chapters on your vertical videos. And so give them chapters, but make them count. Don't give them like 14 like you might on a horizontal. And then a vertical thumbnail is a completely different design problem. So I have started making vertical thumbnails for my live streams that are vertical so that people can see it, you know? So subject centered, top, you know, text top or middle, no side by side. Think shorts cover, not YouTube banner, okay? And then end screens. So now you can do end screens on live verticals. Previously you could not. Now you can. So be sure when you go back and you're doing optimization steps that you go back and you put that in there so people can see it. I have that weird feeling. You feel like you're live and you're not. I don't know. It's weird. So anyway, this is a gap you can exploit right now. 2 elements max. One next, I would put like a video the viewer should see next, and I would put a subscribe button. That's all I would put on the end screen for vertical videos. And then one card at about the 50 to 75% mark, and I'd point it at a playlist. I'd point it at a playlist and say, look, I've got more stuff. You're going to like it. Card overlays you can do them on vertical. They're more intrusive than a horizontal. That's why you use one and you use it wisely. You don't put cards all through. Some people put cards all through the horizontals. Put vertical, pick one and done. Just one and done, okay? And then the stream ending is not the finish line. So you got to do lots of post-live optimization is where most of your archive views actually come from. So go through and optimize your vertical live stream after it publishes like you would your horizontal live stream. So I go through optimization tests, and stick around. We're going to demo this. We're going to talk about the different ways you can do this, and then rewrite the title. Do an A/B test with 2 or 3 different versions. YouTube lets you do A/B testing with up to 2 or 3 different titles. So why not do it? Take advantage of it. You can also test thumbnails on those live archives. Let the data pick the winner. Okay? And then fix your captions in the first 60 seconds. So nothing else. This is what gets reviewed in search. So when the algorithm goes through and it's searching through your videos and it's trying to find things, that first 60 seconds on a vertical live stream is there, and it can help you. So just do captions for the first 60 seconds or so, nothing else. And then errors in the hook hurt you before anyone even clicks. So you got to get that hook in quick. And then clips from retention peaks. So go back, reuse that vertical live stream, find some clips from it, go through. You might want to take the transcript and run it through your favorite AI, or you may want to run something like Opus Clips. But you want to look at your analytics graph and see where does the AI tool highlight a starting point. Some are good, some are bad, but it's better to find the highlights, the best parts of the video, and do something about it. So, hey, Linda Cardinal, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel. So I'm talking about how to optimize vertical live streams after the fact. Partially things you can do during, and then things you can do after it publishes. And so you can now stream horizontal and vertical simultaneously and have just one chat. You see it all. It's great. It's fantastic stuff. So, and then YouTube ranks what you say, not just what you write. So real-time transcription, say keywords out loud during the stream. It actually matters. So you may want to think about, hey, maybe I want to turn on live captions while I'm playing. I haven't made my mind, but it is good advice. And so I'm really kind of thinking through. And that's my full checklist. So if you subscribe to my newsletter, I will send you a free copy of my checklist on how to optimize vertical live streams. But right now, I'm going to do a demo that. But first, I want to do a shout out and say hi. Yeah. Oh, wrong one. Let's do this one instead. There we go. So, Lydia Cardinal, 21. Welcome. Hello. How are you doing? Welcome to the show. So, now I'm going to go and jump into demo mode here. So, I'm going to do full screen. Da-da-da. Doo-doo. Psh. All right. So, let's go to my channel. And content. And let's move this little window out of the way. You don't see it, but I do. It's in my way. It's in my way, man. All right. So here is last week's live stream, and here is the vertical version of it. So I'm going to show that, and I need to go over here and adjust my view here for you guys so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So this is last week's video that I did with Florence, and here is the optimizations here. And I actually have a different title on the vertical version than I do on the live. And then I went through here, and so the way now this one is the horizontal version that I did. So let me go back and click on the vertical version. So you'll notice on my vertical version, it's got the little icon right there that looks like a mobile device. So we'll go and edit it. And notice I have a different thumbnail. I have a different thumbnail on my vertical live stream that went out last week. So, yeah, I went and put that in there. And then I had cut back on chapters. I need to cut back on it some more. YouTube was just in a bad mood today. It wouldn't let me edit things before I went here. But so here I'm cutting back. Let me do undo. There we go, cut back. Didn't mean to cut that much stuff out. But the first sentence is the most important. Let me make it bigger, bigger, bigger. There we go. All right, cool. Hopefully you can see that a little better. But the first sentence is the most important part of your description on a vertical live stream, because on a mobile device, they're not going to see any more than the first sentence. They're not going to go into the details and see the rest of it. Now, when you go to the video itself, the chapters are there, and so you can go and look at the different chapters on a short. And so I'm going to go here, and I took chapters from my horizontal, but that's too many. I wouldn't do more than about 4 or 6 chapters. So I'm going to get rid of the structure doesn't kill creativity, it frees it. That was a good point, but it's not the best point of the whole thing. And then I did the rapid fire. That was interesting, but maybe you don't want to watch that as a vertical. So I'm cutting it down. I still have too many. I'm going to get rid of this last one here. So there. So now I just have 6 chapters on the vertical version. And I'll go up to the top here, and I'm going to hit save and save that. So I have a different thumbnail. That first sentence is different. It's to stand out and say, hey, look at me, because on vertical, people only see that first sentence. And then the chapters, so you didn't know you could do chapters. You absolutely can. And then the other thing most people don't know is that you can do an end screen. So what I did is I did a video. I featured a video playlist. The suggestion here is to use a playlist on your, as at the end screen of your vertical. And so then I have my subscribe button. So I can't move. I'm going higher up. But anyway, so you can put end screens on vertical live streams. So definitely do it. And then discard changes. And then you can also put cards. So I've been testing, but really it's better to put this near the end of the video so somebody sees it. And so I picked a video that I thought would be very useful to people and hit save. And so there. So you go and you look at the video. So now if I go and click on the video, so this is the vertical version. Hey everybody. All right. And so here, notice there are chapters on the vertical. Right here are chapters on the vertical video. So those vertical chapters, you need to do a lot less of them. And that's very helpful to the people that are watching on a very small screen, like their telephone, their small phone. So that's the kind of stuff you do to optimize vertical live streams, okay? And so if we were to watch it all the way to the end, you'll see there is, end screen cards. So anyway, so there's the end screen cards as we play. So much for watching. So there it goes. It shows that you want to do a playlist, and you want to do a subscribe button. So those are things you can do to optimize your channel. So that's it. Let's say we got some more folks out here. Let's do a shout out. Shout outs. All right. Hey. Let's see here. The Alan All End Dikamujamu. I'm sorry. I have butchered your name. I do apologize. Hi. How are you? Welcome to the channel. It's Florence. Florence was here on the show last week, so hey, there she is live in person visiting on the channel. Hi there, Florence. How are you tonight? Welcome. So again, I'm going through how you can optimize a vertical live stream after the fact, things that you need to take into account because it is a vertical live stream. So yeah, you want to think about what you need to do to optimize it after the fact. So that's why I'm talking through these things, and I want take advantage of it now. There is a link in the chat if you are interested in my checklist for things to do to optimize your vertical live streams. I've made a checklist, and I will send it to everybody in my mail list. So sign up for my newsletter. It's called the 1% Letter. It's going to be, each week it's going to be talking about the next show for next week. It's going to have a quick 1% tip, my concept is getting 1% better every time you go live. And so I go over a tip, different things you can do to get 1% better every time. I'll have an AI tip because I'm a big fan of AI, and I like to talk about how AI can help you with your content creation. And then, I like to give stuff away. So I've got freebies I'll be giving out. I'll actually be giving out 3 freebies this week. If you watched last week's show, you got my freebie that talked about, it was basically a live streaming checklist before you go live. It talked about all the steps of the things you could do. And if you sign up for my newsletter, I'm also going to be giving away a checklist for things to do when you're doing a recorded video. All the things you have to think about before, during, and after you create content. And so that is hopefully very useful to you, and you will hopefully enjoy that. And those are the kind of things that I send out. So definitely want you to kind of sign up for my newsletter. I really would appreciate it. So if you go look, it is right here on my website, techtrollmaker.com /newsletter. And why is it not letting me resize? There we go. Resize it so I can get it on the screen there. So anyway, so the 1% letter, go sign up. I'm not selling you anything. If you want to buy something, great. But I'm not selling anything. I just want you to sign up for my newsletter. I think you'll really enjoy it. If you hate it, please unsubscribe. I only want to give you value. So thank you so much. And that's a wrap for tonight. So definitely go out and think about your vertical live streams as being different than your horizontal, and go out, and if you missed it, if you're on hashtag Team Replay, go back to the beginning of the video and watch, and then sign up for my newsletter if you're not already a member. Those are in my newsletter group. They're going to get their handout this week when I send it out. So definitely part of my sharing is caring kind of approach to things. So that's it. That's my show tonight. Thank you so much for coming to see me live, and hope you catch me on the replay. Thanks. And now YouTube is going to tell you that you should go and watch another video on my channel. So yeah, go do that. Go do that. Go watch another video on my channel. And where my mouse goes, this is a game you play called Where's the Mouse? Oh, and there goes end screens. Yeah. All right. So, join me. Watch what YouTube says, because YouTube knows what you should be watching.
Calling all creators, big and small.
Bye.
Tech troublemakers here to help you.